Alright then, 2 more matches to go in the group stage, then maybe we'll get to the second round, so if we get this done today, we can get the possible future episode, maybe a roundup episode done tomorrow. We're going to have plenty of time before the FM20 beta. Just going to have a quick look at, just a quick check on my Twitter before we start recording today's episode, and the future is now. Hello there everybody, Dodgy Gamer here, welcome back to the channel. International Manager of Mystery, managing obscure nations so you don't have to, and I'm in a bind. I was out this evening, it's October the 31st as I record this. I was out this evening trick-or-treating with my kids when my phone started buzzing away with all sorts of notifications from various football manager groups on Twitter, on Discord, on Facebook. And the beta had dropped. And I'm thinking I've literally uploaded an episode today. I've got another episode rendered and ready to go. And I've got another one to record tonight from Football Manager 2019. It's Hong Kong. We've got 2 games to go in our Asian Cup group. Saudi Arabia and Uzbekistan. I was hoping to go to the second round. Now I'm thinking I should just throw these 2 matches so I can get onto FM20. But we'll do the professional thing. We're going to go through with these games as per normal. Saudi Arabia is who started with a win over Uzbekistan. Just a narrow win. And we are coming in with a point in the bag, having drawn with Kuwait 1-1 in the previous episode. Episode 20, you can go and check that out. Links popping up somewhere in the corner. And you'll find the playlist link down in the description. As always, if anybody's still watching this, of course, only you diehard International Manager of Mystery fans will still be here as we got into FM20. But I'll talk a bit about FM20 during the match. So, 4-4-2 we're going with. We set up cautiously. So we're just going to try and absorb what the Saudis throw at us and punch them a bit on the break. We've got the counter press set up. Saudi Arabia going for a 4-2-3-1. I think they're going to be difficult to contain. They are ranked something like 65th in the world, so about 90 places above us, something like that. 70 places above us. Excuse me. So, of course, we're going to say we're underdogs. Just go out there and show everyone what you've got. And normally, when you're underdogs, that normally gets a better reaction than that, but not today. Okay, that's a bit better. We believe in them. We've got the tunnel interview to come as well. And I'm sure this is going to be completely different in Football Manager 2020. Anyway, they're missing one of their key players, so any team would miss a player of his caliber. Let's kick this thing off. Saudi Arabia, as usual, in the green. We're in the red. Let's see if we can pull off an upset. All right, so an early highlight here, and it's Saudi Arabia with the ball. They look very comfortable on the ball, whilst my players seem to be scurrying around quite a bit. Anyway, here comes Adem. Knocks it back to Al-Nakhil. And lots of Als. Al-Najjar with the shot. Oh, just fizzes wide. The Football Manager 2020. Hopefully you'll be joining me for that. I'm planning a beta save with Boca Juniors. So make sure you join me for that. I'll hopefully be starting recording on that tomorrow, over the weekend. We'll see. There's no rush. We've got extra time on the beta this year as Feely tips it over for a corner. That, of course, is just going to be the beta save. Get used to the game. Have a look at how things are going. Try and have a bit of success with a big team. As Wong launches the counter-attack, this is the kind of chance we have to seize. Harris, oh, he doesn't even get a corner. He didn't know where the ball was. It just bounced off him. And it's out for a goal kick. But the main save in Football Manager 2020 is going to be FC Andorra. We're heading down to the Spanish Segunda B, and we're going to try and build Andorra up. And, of course, at the same time, we're going to try and build up the Andorran national team. It's kind of like the San Marino double challenge, but not with San Marino, with Andorra. So I hope you'll join me for that as well. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like if you're looking forward to that as we deal with another Saudi attack. But they're coming back at us. They're coming back at us, the Saudis. Oh, come on, don't let them score here. Oh, they got the space, but a beautiful save by Feely. Beautiful save by Feely. One thing I'll say about Nick Feely, he is the only decent goalkeeper available, basically. On the coach ratings, he's got about 3.5 stars, whereas all the other goalkeepers available to me have 2 stars maximum. But every time I pick him, I get people in the media saying, why are you still picking this guy? Anyway, we're going to praise the team at this point as we survived that free kick. We haven't had a shot on goal yet, but we're containing the Saudis. I don't think, they had that one shot that kind of just went over and wide a little bit, but I don't think they've really threatened yet, which probably has just tempted fate too much, and they're going to score off this attack, aren't they? Anyway, they are doing a nice little network of intricate passes, and yeah, I called it. Al Najjar scores right after I said we were just containing them. As I was sitting down to record this, I was getting notifications pop up that Football Manager 2020 videos are available now on YouTube, and people are going live on Twitch with it, and yeah. We're just trying to wrap up this series. We want to wrap it up. We're not just going to leave it hanging in the middle of the group stage of the Asian Cup and no one ever knows what happens. We're not going to cancel the series at the last minute. We're going to play through. This is tough because, of course, we can't expect to beat Saudi Arabia. But we need a draw, ideally. I just don't see where the goal's coming from. We have not had a shot yet. All right, then Saudi Arabia with a throw-in in a dangerous position. They've got the space, but the shot gets charged down. We just weren't quick enough to the ball to make a break, unfortunately. As we're reaching the hour mark, we're going to have to look at mixing things up. Perhaps this is one of those cases where sometimes perhaps taking a bit more of a positive mentality, as Feely just about tips the ball around the post there. A bit more of a positive mentality can actually work wonders. They won't be expecting it, so I'm actually going to do that now. Going to change from cautious to positive. Highlights continue with Saudi Arabia in a dangerous attacking position. Oh, that comes back off the post. I don't think the goalkeeper knew what was going on there. All right, so we've made a raft of tactical changes. We've pushed our wingers into a more advanced position, and we've told the team, the wing-backs, to push up a bit more as well. We'll be looking for a bit more positive play, because we're still in with a chance. It's still only 1-0 behind. We're going to tell them to show some passion, and hopefully that's going to motivate everybody. It certainly fired them up. We still haven't produced a shot as well, but it would be poetic justice if after all those times we've heard people talk about how they've been FM'd, if we can FM an AI team here. However, I don't know where it's coming from. I said in the previous episode, the retirement of Alex at a very bad time has really hurt us. We do not have quality of striker to replace him, but the strikers I've got are not good enough. Oof, as that gets tipped over by Feely. They're not good enough to lead the line by themselves, but then having two of them on the pitch is just wasting 2 spots in the team. Anyway, as Feely makes another save. Feely, candidate for man of the match, I think. Whatever happens here, he has really worked hard in the goal, made some fantastic saves today. And that's going nowhere. We've won a free kick, but we're still not getting a goal. All right, as we come into the final 10 minutes, it's still Saudi Arabia. They're still putting the pressure on. Oof, but we've won it back. Chunlock, could this be the start of a nicely built-up attack here? Well, let's see what happens. Ngai Hoi knocks it forward to Kamto. Kamto brings it inside, and Kamto has scored! Our first shot of the game, and we've scored. That is unbelievable. Look at this. He just looks up, launches it up the pitch. It just bounces right into Kamto's stride. Beautifully cuts inside. The goalkeeper's just flapping at it. That is quite some goal from young Kamto, who does a little bit of a funny celebration. Oh, it's time to make some substitutions, I think. I've already taken Dye and Harris off. Bit of a risk because those are our 2 big wingers, but they were knackered. They were knackered from the previous game, so that's why I brought them off. Who are we going to put on now? Okay, we just made a switch in central midfield. We've just brought on Kalok for no reason other than that he's just fit, in a sporting sense. Anyway, here we go. Saudi Arabia with the in-swinging corner. We clear, but nobody's there to pick the ball up, so Saudis have got plenty of time and space to come forward. And they've scored. So the ecstasy of our equaliser was not long-lived at all. The thing I don't get here is we were defending a corner and everyone just seemed to push up the pitch so quickly. I guess that's because of the more attacking formation that I set them to. Okay, so last few minutes we're throwing everything at them. We've gone very attacking. We're pushing everybody forward. I clicked on show some passion instead of push forward. But okay, let's see if we can do it. Wank it to Callock. Lum fires the shot, but the keeper read the game well and knew what was coming. There's still 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to salvage something. Can we make it 2-2? We've had 2 shots now. We've scored with 50% of our shots. Can we get a third shot and make it 2/3 of our shots that we've scored with? It does not look likely. There's only 30 seconds left. Could there be one last throw of the dice? We pick up another yellow card. It's a free kick to Saudi Arabia. Do not score now. That would be cruel, and it would be bad for the goal difference. Oh, come on, referee. Book him. Send him off. He's already on a yellow. Send him off for wasting time. Anyway, the whistle goes for full time. We've lost 2-1. Okay, well, I can't fault the boys there. I've got to tell them... Nope, that's disappeared. I can't fault your effort. You gave it everything. Scrappy win enough to satisfy the Saudi manager. I don't know. Ooh, and we see in the other game, it was a 0-0 draw. So, that means, crucially, as we wait for the Group A to load, no one apart from Saudi Arabia has won a game. They've qualified. They're through. Kuwait have 2 points. Us and Uzbekistan have 1 point. So, if we can somehow sneak a win against Uzbekistan, that puts us in a great position, either to get second or to get that best third place. However, the difficulty in getting second is Kuwait are playing Saudi Arabia, who've already qualified and have already guaranteed first, so maybe they won't be that bothered about the game. Anyway, it's still on. We can still qualify for the second round. Do we want to qualify for the second round? Or do we want to play the FM20 beta? Well, let's fade to black and we'll be right back. So, welcome back, and here we go. Final game of the group stage. Final game of this career. Final game of this series. Well, the next 90 virtual minutes will determine that. Remember the state of play. Saudi Arabia already qualified and guaranteed top spot. Uzbekistan are on 2 points. Hong Kong and Kuwait on a point apiece. So, we need to beat Uzbekistan to finish above them. We probably need a win to have enough points to be one of the best third place teams. I think if we have another point, 2 points probably won't be enough to get us through. We will see, my friends. Let's strap ourselves in and go for the ride. We're going back to the old 4-2-3-1. I know this usually isn't the best approach to take against bigger teams, but we've got to go for it. We've got to go for it today. Issue I've got is that Sundai and Harris still haven't recovered, despite 4 full days rest for us since the Saudi match. That's something that could be crucial in this game, actually. Uzbekistan come into this on the back of 3 days rest only. I'm going to leave Dai on the bench, give Jared Lum a run out. We know from qualifying that he can do a job for us. Have put Harris on just because I think he's more suited to that position than Wong. Wong is more of a striker than a winger, in truth, so we can always bring Wong on if something's going wrong. Ooh, it's the 4-3-3 from Uzbekistan. We don't need to worry too much about how they're playing. We need to worry about how we are playing. We're underdogs, but let's make this a night to remember. We've got to keep the faith. Let's get out there and kick this thing off. We start in the red against Uzbekistan in the blue. They have beaten us recently in a friendly, just about 4 or 5 months ago, quite easily as well. It was a quite easy victory for Uzbekistan. We did not play well that day. Maybe we were lulling them into a false sense of security. Anyway, here's Wong Wei. Wong Wei gives it away. Anyway, here come Uzbekistan. We've dealt with it, though. We dealt with the break. We snuffed it out as quickly as we could. And now we've got the chance to build up. I did use the pre-match briefing to kind of emphasize patience, short passing, keeping the ball. They've just given it away. I know. But here's the goal for Uzbekistan. 4 minutes on the clock. And it's Abduksolikov. And now a free kick for Uzbekistan in a dangerous position. Feely, what's going on? Oof, there's an offside. That's why everybody stopped looking at the ball. I thought that was going to be one of those moments that people get so mad about on Reddit and Twitter of the game not quite working out for them. Anyway, nice play out to Wangkit, who wangs it into the box. Anyway, it's easily dealt with by Uzbekistan. Very quick break from them. They've got it out to that far post again, to the goal scorer, but Ho Yin is wise to it and charges him down. And here we go, goal kick, Feely playing it out to the fullbacks, which is what he's supposed to do. He remembers his pre-match instructions. Good. Now, do these guys remember their instructions? No, because they shouldn't be passing it back to the keeper. Forwards passing, please. Forwards passing. It's not a game of rugby. And there we go. We've given up a second goal. Well, we knew when this group was drawn that Saudi Arabia and Uzbekistan were going to be tough opponents. This is just going completely wrong. I think we made a misjudgment going for the attacking formation against a team that's clearly better than us. How are we going to salvage this now? We went with an aggressive team talk that you've been absolutely awful. We're going to add in a bit more, demand more. Okay, Sundai on the right wing and Wong on up front. Lum was playing okay, but not great, and Kamto up front just wasn't doing anything for us. I think this is the end. These are the final few moments of the on-pitch portion of this second series of the International Manager of Mystery. It is something I'd like to bring back in Football Manager 2020. As I said, my main save will be with FC Andorra. And that's gonna be a long save, like to build them up, to get them into La Liga, to try and do something in Europe with them, to get them to that point where they're producing quality new gens who are going to benefit the national team. That's going to take a very long time as Dai pulls one back, but it's been disallowed. He was offside. Yeah, that's going to be a long-term save. What I would like to do is get the International Manager of Mystery up and running at some point. I might wait a while and see if any kind soul creates any extra international competitions on the Steam Workshop, as we do get a goal this time. Wong Wei pulls one back. I think we can encourage them from there, don't you? Because that's something I used in the first series, of course, of International Manager of Mystery. We used a lot of extra tournaments, and we got some additional leagues in so we could get some of those smaller nations generating more players within the game, as Uzbekistan nearly score a fourth. So I might wait and see if anything like that comes out. I mean, I've tried in the past to make international competitions myself and not had much luck. This time I'd like to start International Manager of Mystery earlier. Like, if we get Andorra going, get some momentum going, and then bring International Manager of Mystery in around January, and then this time we might actually get somewhere. We might get more than 5 or 6 years in, and we might get into a top 100 ranked team working our way up. But, of course, at the same time, running 2 saves at the same time on YouTube is quite taxing, as I know from when I was doing it back on Football Manager 2018. But we'll see. There are other games I'd like to play on the channel as well, not solely Football Manager, but I want to resurrect that Broken Sword series, which I've left hanging for the last few weeks, so I'd like to get that completed. And there's quite a few other games in my Steam library that I want to go through and just call it a retro series. So final substitution made as we enter the last 7 minutes, and Uzbekistan, double save from Feely, and then, a bit of a scramble on the goal line. I don't know what was going on there. I do believe my computer glitched for a second, so apologies about that, but we live to fight on. Anyway, Wangkit now. Could we score a second? Now, if we score a second now, that would make the final few minutes very interesting. Anyway, Brian Fock plays it back to Feely. As things stand, we're going to finish on 1 point, a solitary point from that opening game with Kuwait. But, okay, fine. Fair enough. Fair play to the lads. And they've played very well in this second half. Been a lot more positive. We've created a couple of chances. We've converted one of them into a goal. We've had a goal disallowed for offside as well. So we have kind of rocked Uzbekistan a bit. Nearly, but he was offside again. That would have been quite a goal. That would have set up squeaky bum time for the final couple of minutes. Into stoppage time then. There's 4 minutes on the clock. I do not see 2 goals coming. There could be a goal coming from us. You never know. We have looked pretty good in the second half, but there go Uzbekistan. And now they're just rubbing it in now, aren't they? Final kick of the game, no doubt. Well, final kick and then a header. I think in that second half we were better than the scoreline suggested. Never mind, they all switched off. I won't be working with them again anyway. That's us pretty much out. Kuwait were defeated as well, but I think on goal difference that's going to put us to the bottom of the group. Indeed it does. So just looking at the overview, so we've had the 4 national jobs. We've had £64,000 in career earnings. Lots of time spent on holiday, of course, as we holiday between fixtures. We didn't win anything. Guess the closest we got was the Solidarity Cup semi-finals with Mongolia. So here's a competition roundup. You see, we started off nicely as we qualified for the Southeast Asian Football Championship, although we didn't get past the group stage. We didn't get very far in the World Cup Asian qualifying section. I think we could have beaten Singapore in another day. And then moving on to Mongolia, out in the early rounds of the East Asian Cup. We did get to the semi-final of the Solidarity Cup, but we would eventually finish 4th there. Very brief spell with Bangladesh that didn't go well at all, and then with Hong Kong we didn't get out of the Asian Nations Cup group, but at least we made it to a continental championship. And here's my whopping biography. It says his first venture into management was with East Timor. He also had brief spells with Mongolia and Bangladesh. He then moved on to become manager of Hong Kong. What a storied career. And so we've done it. We've retired. We're going to end this series there. And, well, I'm just going to very quickly say thank you very much for watching. If you've liked today's episode, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm Dodgy Gamer, and I am off to start my Football Manager 2020 save. Boca Juniors for the beta. Make sure you subscribe and watch it. Keep an eye out for it. Follow me on Twitter. Get everything on the socials. All the important links are down in the description. I'll see you on the other side.